Only after disaster can we be resurrected. It's only after you've lost everything that you're free to do anything. Nothing is static. Everything is evolving. Everything is falling apart. Every man on this planet needs to watch this movie from which this quote comes. It is an unsettling movie that shakes viewers to their core due to the movie's extreme philosophical stance. It raises issues about our obsessions, our fears, and our routines. It also demonstrates how our species is influenced and managed. The movie helps us reconnect with ourselves and with our thoughts and feelings. Welcome to Relentless Man. In this video today, we are going to show you how to stop being the man that the world wants you to be and be the man you want to be. Stop the weakness and embrace your masculinity. Hit the subscribe button, the like button, and the notification bell. Please share our channel and look out for our up-and-coming videos. The first rule is that we don't talk about it. The second rule is that you don't talk about it. You know what movie we're talking about, don't you? Fight Club, which was released in 1999, is a movie that, when looking at the premise, shows the weak state that men have fallen into, either of their own accord or by wanting to fit into an unnatural masculine stereotype that society is now demanding. The movie is still as relevant today as it was when it was first released. If you are one of these men, it needs to stop now. You need to take control of your life and become what nature intended you to be, a masculine man. You can feel it if you are a weak man. It eats you up every day, all day, and your actions and reactions prove it. Every single man has the desire to experience what it is like to be strong, powerful, and dominating in some aspect of their life, whether it be his work, his wealth, or his love life. We all want more power and ambition that masculine men possess. On the other hand, many of us lack it. Many of us do not have enough of it because we partake in activities that hold us back from being the men we are intended to be, which ultimately results in us being weak. Relentless Man is going to show you how to stop being weak and lay solid foundations to be the masculine man that you, and only you, deserve. Stop doing this now. Being an irresponsible consumer. You buy furniture, you tell yourself, this is the last sofa I will ever need in my life. Buy the sofa, then for a couple of years you're satisfied that no matter what goes wrong, at least you've got your sofa issue handled. Then the right set of dishes, then the perfect bed, the drapes, the rug. Then you're trapped in your lovely nest, and the things you used to own, now they own you. The typical person today has more free time and disposable wealth than their predecessors could ever have imagined. With more leisure time comes increased spending on all types of consumer goods. More disposable income equates to an increase in household clutter. The term consumerism does not refer to the occasional purchase of a product. We are referring to the excessive, overwhelming, and constant consumption of products and services that provide no return on investment. Consider all the worthless clutter you have in your house. The clothes you never wear, gadgets you never use, and a multitude of unnecessary items. It all adds up. We all purchase items that were once used. It provided us with comfort, pleasure, and satisfaction. But most of it is no longer useful to us. Give the stuff away. But why is consumerism a sign of weakness? Every time you make a purchase, you transfer money from your pocket to the pockets of someone else. If you choose to do so, it is a fair exchange. But if you have a tendency or addiction to do so, you are handing your power over to the individuals who do not care about you or even know you. Consumerism makes a man weaker, not just because you are giving away your purchasing power, but also because you are eroding your power and receiving nothing in exchange. Insist on adhering to a weekly or monthly budget. You will eventually have to learn to control your expenditures and develop discretion. Before you buy something, you should always ask yourself, do I need this? Working in a dead-end job. Generations have been working in jobs they hate just so they can buy what they don't need. There is nothing worse for your masculinity than working in a dead-end job. A dead-end job is one where there is little opportunity to progress. there is a lack of respect from peers and management, or there is an uninspiring work environment and little or no chance to participate in exciting and challenging work. We devote the bulk of our waking hours to contemplating, preparing for, and doing our job. You will take on the characteristics of those you spend the most time with. If your co-workers and workplace culture does not support your goals, you will inevitably adopt their characteristics, for better or worse. If your place of work is not bringing you closer to your objectives, you must leave it as if King Kong was on the way. If you are young, you probably do not have children or a mortgage. If this is the case, start working harder. Get your career headed in the desired direction. This might include searching for a new career or even launching your own company. If you are older and have responsibilities that make it impossible to just up and leave, start taking courses and educate yourself in a field that brings satisfaction and happiness. Get off the couch. I ran until my muscles burned and my veins pumped battery acid. Then I ran some more. Our civilization is sedentary and constricted. We spend the majority of our time sitting slumped over in the front of a screen for hours each day. Then we spend a large proportion of our time in a vehicle stalled in traffic. Finally, we return home and spend even more hours in front of the television or computer. Being sedentary makes you weak, man. But why? Man was created to move. Our genetics and DNA are identical to those of our hunter-gatherer ancestors. They did not spend the whole day glued to a screen. When your muscles, heart, and lungs are not used, they atrophy, leaving you physically weak. Sign up for a gym membership, a few yoga lessons, or do at-home calisthenics. Go for a run, go for a swim. Whatever you do, increase your movement. Start slowly and gradually increasing your speed. A high body fat percentage goes hand in hand with a sedentary lifestyle. A high body fat percentage is especially catastrophic for males, since it signals the body to create more estrogen, which is primarily a feminine hormone. Estrogen increases fat deposition under the skin. Higher estrogen levels correspond to increased subcutaneous fat, and then the vicious cycle unfolds. Higher estrogen levels result in reduced testosterone levels, which, as we all know, is the masculine hormone. When estrogen levels are high and testosterone levels are low, a man's masculinity is severely diminished. To prevent it, keep moving, go to the gym, and begin lifting heavy weights. Resistance training stimulates testosterone production as well. Put your phone down. We've all been raised on television to believe that one day we'd all be millionaires and movie gods and rock stars, but we won't, and we're slowly learning that fact. And we're very pissed off. Smartphones are an invaluable tool. Used improperly, they are an additional easy form of distraction. Imagine going to a restaurant and seeing a table full of individuals staring at their phones and not conversing. We don't have to ask you if you have. We know you have. Do we use our phones because we are bored, or do we use them to enrich our lives? There will always be spells of boredom. Every time you hide behind your smartphone's display, you make it simpler to avoid reality. Don't want to speak to anyone? Pull out your smartphone. Not interested in socializing at a party? Grab your smartphone. Want to avoid being bored while waiting in line for food? Grab your smartphone. This continual stimulation reduces your capacity to be in the present and accept life as it is. It becomes a habit to avoid difficulties rather than confront them head on. It may seem to be something so minute and trivial, yet how you do one task is indicative of how you perform everything. As a result of your inability to deal with little obstacles, they quickly grow in size. Limit your smartphone usage. When you begin to experience extreme boredom, embrace it. Stop complaining. This is your life, and it's ending 1 minute at a time. Don't spend it complaining. Everyone despises the man who always complains about how terrible his life is. He constantly eradicates the pleasure in the room and exudes bad energy. He complains about the weather. He criticizes the government. He complains about how he was a nice guy who was sidelined by the woman he wanted. Complaining affects your mental state in 3 ways that erode your masculinity. It places you in the role of a victim, rendering you powerless. It switches your focus from what is going on right to what is going on wrong. It repels others who might be willing and able to help you. Complaining is not something that can be resolved quickly. It requires a whole paradigm shift. But you should recognize that the majority of your life's misfortunes are your responsibility. You may not have had a direct impact on it, but you are accountable for how you respond to it. Understand that complaining is a habit. As with any habit, it is changeable, even if you may not have been dealt a fair hand. Get over it. Life is difficult for everyone. Your self-destructive instincts repel individuals and opportunities. Stop complaining about what you don't have and be grateful for what you do. Men and masculinity are under attack. No self-respecting leader or military general would ever consider attacking a strong, confident opponent. They usually attack the weak first. We are being attacked because we are weak. Weakness has no place next to masculinity, and purging it can only make us well-rounded individuals who future generations of men can look up to and be proud of. Get rid of your weakness and embrace your masculinity. Thank you for watching Relentless Man. Hit the subscribe button, the like button, and the notification bell. Please share our channel and look out for our up-and-coming videos. Until next time.